Good evening. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about the Nativity, the birth of Jesus. There's a couple of scriptures I'd like to go over. The first one is Matthew chapter 2, starting at verse 1. Uh, now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. And they said unto him, In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet, And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, Go and search diligently for the young child, and when ye have found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also. When they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures and presented unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. So I think a couple things that is really amazing that I don't think is covered in this is that, well, I would say it's not spoken of or emphasized too much in churches, is it says here in verse 3, when Herod the king heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And the emphasis there is all Jerusalem with him. I mean, I want to emphasize how important it is that another nation's wise men came to Jerusalem, and they knew that the Messiah was being born, and it, in my opinion, put the fear of God in people and really made them afraid. Um, I think we don't know exactly how many wise men there were. I think we typically, historically, have believed it to be three. It could have been 10, 20. It could have been caravans of people. But we do know that it really shook the land of Israel, particularly Jerusalem and Herod the king. The other Bible verses I want to go over today is Micah chapter 5, which is referenced in what I just read, where it says, But thou, Bethlehem Ephratah, that though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall come forth unto me that is to be ruler in Israel, whose going forths have been from old, from everlasting. So this is talking about um, the Messiah, Jesus Christ, being born in Bethlehem. And the title here, from everlasting, is a title for God. So from everlasting to everlasting, God is always the same. And he's also, if you read this, I can't find it on the top of my head here, but it refers to him both as a man as well um, as everlasting. And what that's basically saying is, yeah, right here, and this man shall be the peace when the Assyrian comes into our land. So what this is saying in Micah 5 is the Savior will be born in Bethlehem. He's from everlasting, which is a title for God, and he's also said it also says he's a man. And we know that Jesus Christ was 100% and is 100% God and is 100% man. And so that's this Micah 5 is the Old Testament reference. Thank you and have a good night.